Can you believe it? It is April. We are in April, which is a great month because I know the main two things this month is that it's my husband's birthday. Yay! And I'm not sure if he's that thrilled about it, but I am. And it's Easter. Oh my goodness, can you believe it? Easter already. I mean, didn't we just pack up the Christmas stuff? Because I'm pretty sure we just did. And spring is in the air. Love is in the air. Just so much excitement. Um, except for if you suffer from allergies, especially here in Texas, then it's not such a happy time for you. But I am going to be talking, guess, here's your history lesson on Easter. A lot of people don't know why we celebrate it. Believe it or not, a lot of people really don't. They just know that it has something to do with a cross, a lamb, lilies, Easter eggs. And I'm going to tell you just a few things. Like the Easter egg symbolizes new life because it's spring. You see all the little new little babies being born, new life, rebirth, fertility. And the Easter Bunny, apparently, history has it that German Protestants started Osterhaus. I'm sure I'm not saying that correctly, but the Easter Bunny, which he brings eggs and goodies and for good children, just like Santa. I mean, why not? I guess they didn't get enough at Christmas, so I guess they got to get more. Of course, we have always celebrated Easter in my family growing up. It always meant a brand new church dress, little hat, and shoes. So that was always exciting. I don't know how many families still do that, but I thought that was always fun in my family. And for my kids, it was that way too. Let's see, and the lamb. You see little lambs everywhere, and that is a represent. That's the time. It's when Jesus was crucified during Passover week. Is that how it's celebrated? And the ultimate sacrifice was his life, referred to the he was the Lamb of God. So Passover, we celebrate Jesus' Passover from death to life, which a lot of people don't believe, but I do. Why not? I believe that he is our Lord and Savior, and I'm sticking to it. He gets me through each and every day. And Easter lilies, I like Easter lilies, but oh my gosh, for Valentine's, my husband got me this beautiful bouquet of flowers and it had some lilies in it, but they weren't were they? Yes, they were white. They were big white Easter lilies in the bunch. It had roses and all sorts of flowers. It was a beautiful spring bouquet. Anyway, oh my God, those Easter lilies, the aroma was just it was whoa. It was overwhelming. I had to pull them out of the vase and put them in another vase and put them in another room. We have what we call a music room because music we grew up with because of my dad, and I just love music and my husband does too. But anyway, so they were in totally another room. So anyway, but Easter lilies, their symbolism is life and purity and innocence, joy and peace. So why not? Now, us Mexicans, I don't know if it's just us Mexicans, we do something what's they're called cascarones. And we used to do those growing up. Actually, we have done them here as well with my kids and stuff. And what cascarones are, that means that's a shell. Cascaron is the shell of the egg. So what they do is they clean out the egg. Well, you hope so. They use the egg, clean it out, and let it dry. And usually color decorate the eggs on the outside. And now you can actually buy them at the grocery store, which is great. And then you fill them up with confetti. And then you seal them up with usually tissue paper or something. So what you do is when you think, oh, what are you doing with these? We get them and you go, and it's actually a lot of fun, but you go and you smash them on people's heads. Oh, yes. What a great tradition. So you smash them on people's heads and the confetti goes everywhere, all over the place. And you're supposed to make a wish on impact. But it was a lot of fun. Um, I had just met my daughter-in-laws, parents, and they were such sports. They came over for Easter. I think this was the second time we'd met them or been around them. And they came over. Well, of course, we had cascarones. They had never, uh, because she is not Hispanic Mexican. Anyway, so of course I said, "Oh, this is just something traditional that we do." They were such good sports. That's all I gotta say. Here we were smashing eggs on the top of their head, and I mean the confetti literally gets all in your hair. I know it sounds painful, and sometimes if you're angry with someone, you can go and bop them on the head with those eggs, and it does hurt. I'm not gonna lie, it does hurt. But anyway, so I cannot believe we're already into the fourth month, which is crazy. Fourth month of the year. Um, we just celebrated in March 30th. I celebrated my 1 year anniversary of podcasts, and I cannot thank everyone individually like I would like to, but I do have over a few thousand listeners. Um, and I'm just impressed with all of you that continue to listen to me, and I hope you get something out of it. I hope again, like it can make you laugh or make you think about your life or help someone about anything and everything that I do talk about. Again, there's so much in life that we can talk about, and of course, these are always just my opinions. But thank you for making them part of your life. I really do appreciate that. But on with the podcast. Today, we will be talking about drum roll travel. How many of you like to travel? How many of you can live with it or live without it? Now, we have traveled quite a bit in our marriage and growing up. We would always go to Mexico. My dad was such a trooper because he still had like cousins in Mexico. So we would drive. Of course, it was a lot safer to drive to Mexico, to deep into Mexico, but I love Mexico or Mexico. But we have traveled quite a bit. I love beaches, so we have been to some great places. Uh, my on my husband's side, they travel a lot. Like they go to Europe, and I'm not sure. At one time, I thought I really wanted to go to Europe, but I'm not sure about that now. I don't know, but who knows? Maybe I will someday. I did always think I wanted to go to Paris, but no, we have a Paris, Texas here. I can go look at that little Eiffel Tower or go to Vegas and look at that one. No, I'm just kidding. I know that it's probably absolutely beautiful. I just don't have that desire. I used to, but now it's like, yeah. But I am a beach freak. We have been to the Cayman Islands. We have been to Jamaica. We have been to Cancun, Cozumel. We have been to I should have written all these down because we have been to several bitches. Yes, we have been to several bitches. No, we have been to several beaches. Now, see, I could edit that out, but then no, just leave that in there. But we have been to I don't know. We've just been to lots of different beaches throughout in our life, and I love it. I mean, I just love the beach. Um, I would go back to Jamaica. I really did enjoy Jamaica. I don't know, there was something about that. We stayed at Sandals, and it was really nice. We were there for a wedding. So, of course, why not? Why wouldn't you go? But, I think I've mentioned in the past that my husband is a travel agent. And I just want to say, I don't think people really know what goes into being a travel agent. And I was a travel agent until I started my podcast. It's a lot of work. Um, it was Christy Lynn Travel. She still has her business, and it is a a lot of work because you get people who call you, and then I don't mean to offend anyone that has called me, but people will call you and ask you, "Hey, can you give me a quote on going to Cozumel, and I want a beach view. I want all inclusive and a round trip." And so one of the main questions a travel agent will ask you is, what is your budget? Because they want to know what they have to work with. Okay, people, let's think now. It is not safe I mean, not safe. It is not it's not cheap to go get groceries. What makes you think it would be cheap to travel? It's not. It can be pricey. They have great deals sometimes, and if you're a good travel agent, you can find these great deals for people. But when they tell you, "Well, my budget is $2,000." You've got to rethink this, folks. You want to stay somewhere for 7 days, all inclusive, and a beach view? Hmm. I guess it could have happened or it can happen if we were living in 1985. And I don't know why I picked 85, but I mean, because it is very expensive to travel. Now, again, I love beaches. Now, we have a beach here in Texas. We have several beaches. And my favorite part is Galveston. Galveston, Texas. A lot of people are like, oh, the water's so dirty. Well, it's not dirty. It's that the actual sand underneath is brown. So you don't have the clear blue water. It's not dirty, but otherwise I wouldn't be going. But I love that because it's not too far. We used to go there with the family, and a lot of people enjoy going in this. Lots they have a strand, they have this beautiful thing called Pleasure Island, but there's so much to do there. But to travel can be pricey. Now, I myself, another thing I do like to do, I love road trips. I don't know why. I don't know if it was from growing up and going to Mexico every year in a car. I just enjoy road trips. I like packing the food. I like having snacks. I like just seeing everything. And there is just so much to see here in the US. And I think we tend to forget that. Our country is just absolutely beautiful. And yes, I have traveled in several places here in the US. Now, my goal this year is that we are going to Nashville sometime, hopefully in the fall, and I cannot wait. I don't know why I want to go to Nashville, but why not, right? And perhaps I'll make it through and go to Graceland. And we're debating, do we want to fly or do we want to drive? I don't know, but it is so much fun to travel. And I think, these are my opinions, I really believe every family should make a special effort to take their family on a vacation once a year. It does not have to be out of the country. It can be, and then that's the other thing, out of the country. And when you tell people you're going to Mexico, they like, because we're going to be going there in May. Um, you tell people, and some people are like, "Are you serious? You're going to Mexico? People get kidnapped and killed." Yes, they do. But guess what? They get kidnapped and killed here in the US too. So, trust me, if I got kidnapped and they found out who I was, they'd probably say, "Oh, she doesn't have any money. Let's just leave her here." Because they would get zilch from me. My husband would probably have to sell the house, the car, and I don't even know if he could get that much for me. But anyway, um, when you do travel, it is safe to a certain degree, and you gotta be smart. I mean, come on. I think we, again, are all adults. You have to be smart about when you travel, where you travel. Disney World is just so much fun, but it's either send your kids to college or send them to Disney World for a family trip. I mean, it is just so pricey. We haven't been in about, I don't know, 10 years, and it was pricey then for 4. So it's very I can't even imagine the cost of it now. But it is an experience. If that is something you wanna do with your family, and, then you know what? Save your money. Be sure to say don't put it I know there are families that take these crazy trips, and some people, oh, will put it on a credit card and pay it off. Not a good idea. No, no. No, no. Save your money, go through a travel agent only because they can set up payments for you. And if it's a good length of time, and then you have the person who calls you and says, "I'd like to book a trip," and they give you all the specifics. And then when the travel agent says, "So what date would you like this trip?" And they say, "Oh, well, we'd like to leave like next week." What? No, you have to plan these things, plan ahead. That's just kind of silly. But I mean, people, and you think I'm kidding. No, no. People will do that. They will plan a trip and by picking the phone up and calling you and thinking you can do and yes, it can be done, but if you're trying to, have a specific budget or have a certain length of time, sometimes it just doesn't happen. And believe it or not, some places are just booked and you can't stay at a certain hotel or resort that you wish to. But anyway, I back to the family. I really think that every family should take a little family vacation. It doesn't have to be a 5, 10, 15-hour drive. You could go an hour, 2 hours from wherever you live because there's just so much to offer. I mean, I can leave my house and within 3 hours I can be in Oklahoma. I mean, it's just, but of course I remember a friend said they were driving to oh gosh, where were they driving? Pennsylvania or someplace. I don't know. They were driving someplace up there. And she said, we left Texas and we just kept driving in Texas and driving. And it's like there was no end to Texas because Texas is such a great state. It's huge. It is huge. So it matters where you live. But I mean, you can go to Oklahoma and we love going to Beaver's Bend. Um, that's, Ida Bell. It's a beautiful I've got a Broken Bow. I've got a podcast on it because there's just so much to do, and it's not that far, and it doesn't cost that much, but save your money. It's just so important to make these memories with your family, and do it while they're young. Start it when they're young. I mean, living in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, people can come to Dallas. There's so much art and stuff here we can do here in Dallas. Then you could go to Fort Worth so much, the stockyards, there's just fun stuff to do. So I know that there's probably a city near you where you could actually go and travel. I mean, there are so many different countries you can go to. There's just so much to do. So this podcast is about making memories for you and your family, for you and your spouse, or you and your friends. Have fun. Travel can be hectic for some. Like this month I'm actually have where my family, my husband's family, which is my family also, from Australia, they'll be coming here to visit and their son and or our nephew from New York and his wife and family, they're coming. And so we're going to have people from all sorts of places visiting us. So we're really excited about that. Can't wait to have them here. But it is important that you travel. I think it's important for you to find out that there are other places in the world other than where you live and explore. I mean, everybody has has to get away. Even if it's, again, like I said, a 30-minute, hour drive just for a day with family, you can make some great memories. And it is expensive to travel right now due to the economy and stuff. But, save your money to go on a fall trip, go on a Christmas trip, just something. It was fun to see all my friends that have younger children, and they were at Disney World. I don't know how many Disney trips. I mean, Disney is racking in the bucks. But I love Disney. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever go back again. I hope so to take my granddaughters or but I don't know, just the expense alone for me now is like, "Ooh, how did we do it?" I don't know, but we did. We did do it, and we have so many memories with my family, with my son and daughter, and I know they cherish them just as much as my husband and I do. But anyway, this is just a quick little, podcast about travel. I really think that you really need to explore it. Make sure you're going to a safe place. Make sure you're not I mean, and don't listen to people when they start telling you negative stuff about a certain area. If this is what you choose to go to or a place to go to, just be smart, look it up, check it out, and go travel. Why not? Life is too short. Go do something exciting for you and your family. Make some good memories. And don't forget to find your blessings, especially when you're making these trips with your family. Until next week, this is Henry.